What's up everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Art Department back with another gaming video. Today we're going to be chatting about Project L, the League of Legends fighting game. There hasn't been much news about it, but I felt like I wanted to create this video just to spread awareness for those that don't know about it and could be interested in it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's jump into it. So just to update anybody who might not know, back in 2019, League of Legends celebrated its 10th year anniversary. And with this, Riot Games actually came out with a great announcement for the entire gaming community, really. They announced that they're going to be moving into more genres other than just MOBAs with League, which is kind of cool because their name is Riot Games, but they've only ever had one game. So now it's nice to see them separating out into more genres. So in the League 10 announcement, or from the League 10 announcement, we know that League of Legends is bringing us a shooting game, a fighting game, a card game, a mobile game, and an RPG. So far, we know that the shooting game is called Valorant. The mobile game, which is a mobile version of League of Legends, is called Wild Rift. The RPG, which was actually announced 2 or 3 weeks ago, is called Ruined Knight. The card game is called Legends of Runeterra. And the fighting game for now is still called Project L, but it's the only one that we haven't heard about, and that's why I wanted to make this video. Back in 2015, a fighting game called Rising Thunder was announced. And this game was very different to everything on the market. It was going to be special ability cooldown based. It wasn't going to be super fast paced as games were. And it was generally just completely different to what everybody was used to.
Let's get to work. Finish! Dustbreaker!
Rising Thunder was being developed by a studio called Radiant Entertainment, who got purchased by Riot. I'm not too sure how that situation works, but yeah, I'm sure Riot purchased them to come and work under the company and work on Project L. Now, this isn't such a big deal. I mean, yes, sure, Riot has a lot of money, and League of Legends is the one of the biggest fighting games in the world, but that isn't a recipe for success. I mean, we've seen titles like Grand Blue, the latest one, which is a really, really big game in terms of the fighting game community, not do too well just because the game's kind of toned down, kind of, I want to say casualized, but not really casualized, but kind of just made simpler for more people to try jump into it. Now, I'm not saying Rising Thunder is the next big fighting game and it's going to be the biggest thing in the world, but it is super exciting because Rising Thunder was led by a former employee of Capcom, Seth Killian, as well as the co-founders of EVO, the biggest fighting game tournament in the world, and the creators of GGPO, the online netcode for most fighting games today. So that's quite exciting. Like I said, I'm not saying League of Legends is going to be the biggest fighting game in the world, but I'm excited what a team led by such three big figures in the fighting game community can do. Let's jump into what we know so far. So from the League 10 announcement trailer and showcase, we know that the 4 characters confirmed are going to be Ahri, Darius, Catalina, and Jinx. We also know that air escapes are a thing in this game because in this clips with Jinx and Catalina fighting, we can see that while Jinx is shooting her in the air, she gets this weird white glow and breaks out of the combo. I mean, this is not game changing, but personally for me, I love this mechanic as I hate just getting hit by a combo and there's nothing you can do about it. Mortal Kombat has the breakaway system. Dragon Ball Fighter Z also has air escapes. Guilty Gear also has air escapes. Injustice has the clash system. So pretty much the games that I enjoy playing all have that, and I love to see it in this game. We also know that EX abilities are a thing in this game, which kind of makes me skeptical on whether they're going to be taking the cooldown system from Rising Thunder and putting it into Project L, because I mean, as we can see here in this gameplay, we have an EX teleport that is using one bar, but then there's no cooldown timer afterwards. We also don't see like the bar halfway full, halfway not full. We just see here she has one bar, Darius has 3 bars. So it is a bit like unknown right now how the special ability and bar system is going to work, but we stuck between either getting a cooldown system or just the regular build up your meter and use that kind of system. I'm interested to see more, and I really hope early 2021 Riot gives us some of this info. Alright, so from all the research that I've done for this video, these are just a few of the things that I want to see in the game, or I feel that is going to be in the game, but isn't 100% confirmed. First on the list, we have universal launches. As we can see in these 2 clips with Jinx and Darius, they have pretty much the same animation, and I could be wrong, this could be just launches for these 2 characters. But I mean, as you can see, the animation of the launcher, the arc of the hit, although different animations, one's using an axe, one's using a gun, they're pretty much the exact same thing. So I hope this means that every character will have a launching button or a launching combo starter that they can let them have a bit more like freedom in their combos. Okay, I know I'm contradicting myself here, and in the beginning of the video I did say that I want to see cooldowns in this game because it'll be different to fighting games. I kind of don't want to see cooldowns in this game because it's gonna make this game very different. And that's not a bad thing, but in terms of fighting games and what the community likes to do, I'm not too sure if it's something that will bring a lot of like Street Fighter loyalists, MK loyalists, Tekken loyalists into this game. It'll definitely bring a lot of League of Legends players who like fighting games into this game because it's a similarity between fighting games and League. But I personally hope that they go back to the usual special ability system where special ability moves can be used as long as the recovery is like finished. As long as your recovery on the move is done, you can use it again. So a good example on this would be Ken's Fireball in Street Fighter, Kitana's fans in Mortal Kombat. As soon as the recovery is done, you can do it again and again. Yes, sure, it does get super spammy, but this is what fighting games are, and new things aren't necessarily bad, but a new thing such as ability cooldowns. Like imagine playing Ken in Street Fighter and only being able to use your fireball every 4 seconds. Or playing Kitana or playing Jade in Mortal Kombat and only being able to throw your projectile every 4 seconds. Like that heavily changes the way the game plays, and I'm not too sure if the community is going to be into that. Alright, so from the trailers, what we can see here, this is a bit weird. I've been thinking about it, and if they don't go the regular route of bar being built up, how will we see special abilities or supers in this game? If we think about it, in Street Fighter, once all your bars are full, you get access to your super, if we could call it that just for this video's sake. You get access to your super and you can use it, which uses up all your bars. If they do go the cooldown route with this game, how is that necessarily going to work? Because you're not going to have bar to build up. You're either going to use a special ability and it's going to go on cooldown, or you're going to EX it, it's going to get a longer cooldown. But there's not necessarily anything to build. In one of these videos, we can actually look here, and at the top of this clip, we see there's a bar between the 2 characters. In any clip that we look at throughout the League of Legends, the League 10 announcement, you can see that this bar is never on both sides, but it's either leaning left or leaning right. And although that's super weird and another different mechanic, I really hope that this is the super. And super is only available to the person who's losing, if that makes sense. So the person who is in a disadvantaged position gets more of the bar. And if you're like pretty much 20% life and you're back against the corner, the bar will be full on your side and you get this comeback mechanic. I'm not too sure how it will work, but personally, just going through these clips, that's something that I could see as sensible. If you're getting completely beaten up, the meter builds your side and it turns in favor of you. Now you land a combo and you finish it with this super that you've now got, and there could be comeback potential in there. That's super interesting, and it would be a pretty cool mechanic, but again, it comes back to, will fighting game players really like this? I'm not too sure about that. Um, I'm not too sure if people will want that in the game. I mean, we already see a lot of complaints of the heavy comeback mechanics in fighting games with the supers. Somebody could be getting absolutely trashed all game. They land one combo into super and boom, they make this hectic comeback. Personally, I don't feel that's too big of an issue. I mean, that creates hype moments. That creates intense comeback situations that we wouldn't get in other words. I mean, I can't see anybody making a 100% life comeback from 1% life without high damage combos and supers. You understand what I'm saying?
Pushing blow. Bow! Not enough to kill though. He's barely alive.
Oh no!
Oh, this is bad.
This isn't over. This is not over. Not by a long shot. The grab again. Fatal blow. Now he's one fatal blow confirm away from winning the round.
Oh no! Oh, that worked for nothing.
He's going to lose the crushing blow on the command grab. He's going to lose the momentum he built. And that's the kind of round that can really tilt a player.
I'm not too sure what this means. If they do go with the cooldown abilities and the one bar for the comeback mechanic super kind of thing, it will be very different, and I'll still be interested to play it and see how it goes. But it won't be something that the community is interested in. And it's not always about me. So, yes, I might like it and I might think it's interesting. But sometimes we have to think what is going to bring in the most people and create a sustainable game. I think League of Legends fighting game could be one of the biggest fighting games in the world, backed by one of the biggest companies, gaming companies in the world. But it just depends on the execution of this game, like the execution of the mechanics in the game. Moving on to the name. As I said, we've heard of the name of the shooting game, the mobile game, the RPG, the card game, and the only thing we haven't heard about is the fighting game. But doing a little bit of a deep dive into the community, what people are saying, and looking into other YouTube videos, we've actually come to notice that randomly there is a Twitch channel. I'll put it up here on the stream. There is a Twitch channel that has been verified with no content. This is something that's very odd. One, because you have to stream hours to get verified by Twitch. Like, you have to stream for hours and show that you can actually sustain the growth. Okay, so that's one way to get verified. Or two, be an official game channel. So it only makes sense, right? The original game was called Rising Thunder, League of Legends. So to pay homage to the original game and to still keep it true to the League of Legends universe, they call the game Rising Legends. This is really interesting, and I'm keen to see if this is true because a lot of deep diving actually went into finding this. I have no clue how people even managed to find this page. But yes, all things are pointing to the League of Legends fighting game being called Rising Legends. I love it. I think it's a dope name. I just can't wait to see more about the game and its mechanics. Please, Riot, give us a little bit. But all we can do is wait patiently. All the other League 10 games have been announced, have been showcased, have been shown to the public with a name, a logo, and a trailer, except for the fighting game. This has to be this has to be coming up soon, and I am really banking for early 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to smash the like button and sub to the channel for all future gaming, reacts, and lifestyle content. I hope you guys have a great week ahead. Stay safe. Peace.